The Jolly Roger. As we've previously discussed, these symbols are of paramount importance in the One Piece world. They can make or break pirate crews, and today we'll be taking a look at some of the worst symbols in the series. Just as we did with the top 5 Jolly Rogers list, we do have some criteria to follow for selection, and that is simply that the Jolly Roger must belong to a canon pirate crew. That means no filler or movie pirates, or any other organization such as the World Government or Baroque Works. So with that out of the way, let's begin. Welcome to the top 5 worst Jolly Rogers. Number 5. The Big Mom Pirates. Wait, what? One of the 4 emperors has an absolutely awful Jolly Roger? Well, it's true. The Big Mom Pirates have one hell of a cluster show happening with this mess of a symbol. Recently we've gotten to know the Big Mom Pirates very well, and I still couldn't tell you what all this stuff is supposed to signify. I mean, obviously we have the skull that represents Big Mom herself, which is weird. I don't like how the lips extend beyond the teeth, and the fuzzy pink hair looks really oddly placed, although it does kind of put in some work framing the skull somewhat nicely. As for the other stuff, well, your guess is as good as mine. We've got some swirly white thing, a cream swirly thing, and a third swirly thing that is several shades of blue and looks three-dimensional. Oh, and a tree, just chilling on a Jolly Roger for no good reason. Thinking about it, maybe the cream swirly thing and the blue swirly thing are depictions of Prometheus and Zeus, but I'm really stretching to find some logical answer here. And while most pirate crews use colour, sparsely, to great effect I might add, the overuse of it here just makes it look like a bowl of children's cereal. It's just a mess. So much mess. I have to move on. Number 4. The Brownbeard Pirates. Remember Brownbeard? No, I don't really blame you if you don't. He appeared briefly after the Marineford arc and turned up again as a side character during Punk Hazard, except he had since become a centaur. Originally, he was the leader of his own pirate crew and sported this kind of meh Jolly Roger. There's nothing really wrong with it, it's just boring. The colours are bland and muted, the expression is apathetic, and the haircut makes it look like a pirate crew of altar boys. It doesn't strike any fear or convey any power, so it just fails at being a pirate flag in general. I mean, I guess that might be representative of Brownbeard himself, who, turned into a bit of a failure, and ultimately a centaur failure. I just feel like I've seen weaker pirates with better flags, so you know what, Brownbeard? You have no excuse for this. Number 3. The New Fishman Pirates. That's right, in addition to being some of the worst villains in the series, they also happen to have one of the worst Jolly Rogers. Essentially, what their flag is supposed to represent is death to humans, hence the head removed from the body, as well as the slash through the symbol, which I don't know if this means something different in Japanese culture, but in the Western world, a slash through a symbol generally means no doing whatever is in the symbol. So in this case, the Fishman Pirates Jolly Roger could be read as, do not sever the heads of humans, or more basically, do not kill humans. So it's just confusing, and actually, if you look at the facial expression on the severed head, I bet he's pretty confused as well. The best part about this Jolly Roger is the flame-like circle around it, which is actually very nicely designed, but unfortunately it is not enough to save this train wreck of a Jolly Roger. Number 2. The Roshi O Pirates. So who the hell are these guys, and what is that Jolly Roger? The Roshi O Pirates were a small group whose captain was beaten by Bellamy in Mocktown during the Jaya arc. Basically, they were a bunch of nobodies, and you'd be forgiven for not even remembering they existed. And this Jolly Roger certainly does not help that. It actually reminds me a lot of the new Fishman Pirates flag, except this one is even worse. It represents the same general idea of death, but it just feels really out of place in the One Piece world. I mean, even the Roshi O Pirates themselves knew it was a dull Jolly Roger. That's why they put it on some fancy bandanas, just to spruce it up a bit. And honestly, it does look kind of cool when it gets combined with their bandanas, but a Jolly Roger should be able to stand on its own. Unfortunately, this one just doesn't do that. But you know what? It's still not the worst Jolly Roger in the series. That honor belongs to number 1, the Botto Club. You may have noticed a trend with these last 3 Jolly Rogers. They're all predominantly flat, red, confusing, boring, and do not belong in One Piece. I mean, I guess at least the Botto Club looks like a pirate flag. A really crappy pirate flag, but a pirate flag nonetheless, unlike the previous 2 entries. So why does this one claim the number 1 spot? Well, it's simply because the previous 2 pirate crews were absolutely nothing. I have higher expectations of the Botto Club because they are actually important characters in the series, and their Jolly Roger is just... what? I guess the yellow hair represents Bartolomeo's hair, but it really looks nothing like his hair. The rest of it is, our best guess. The skull reminds me of The Scream, the painting by Edvard Munch, and the 2 tiny slash crossbones just look weak and flimsy. Pirate crew dedicated to being a fan club of the Straw Hats should be able to do better. I mean, look at their ship. It's bright, colourful, and an awesome tribute. So why is their Jolly Roger so dark, weak, and boring? Shame on you, Bartolomeo. Shame on you. And that pretty much does it for the top 5 worst Jolly Rogers. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to like, favorite, or subscribe, and please do comment with your least favorite Jolly Rogers. This has been the Grand Line Review, and I'll see you next time.